Uche joins me live from Port Harcourt. What's the update with the collation and possible announcement of results in the Rivers as we speak?
We expect that results will be announced any moment now. Our collation is still ongoing. At about 7, 8 p.m., collation was still ongoing somewhere in Eleka here, the state primary school, the collation center, still ongoing as we speak. So any moment now, we expect that the final results will be declared. Winners will eventually emerge from those two federal constituencies. That's the update from INEC as regards the conduct of the supplementary election that took place here in Rivers State.
Apart from low turnout of voters, how would you say the Electoral Commission fared this time with the deployment of beavers and the uploading of results on the IRF portal?
From the look of things, I think from a logistics point of view, we can give INEC a pass mark. At least going from the comments we just heard on the head of that report, we had the voters giving thumbs up to the commission, saying even though the turnout wasn't encouraging, they've experienced a fast, smoother process from February 25 and March 18. And they're saying this election, the conduct or the process was smoother, was more seamless. The technology worked better, this time around. The only downside in this entire mix-up is the turnout. The turnout was really, really low. And like you heard one other respondent there, the figures have been dropping from February 25. Today, you had as few as 6 voters in an entire polling unit. You had areas where you had 25 voters. I mean, total accredited voters in a particular polling unit is 25. We've never had it this low. You had an election where you have just 6 persons turning out to vote in a polling unit where you have 200, 400, and 600 registered voters. It tells you that it's a source of concern as to why the turnout was that low. I think these are the issues that would need to be questioned. These are the issues that INEC would need to investigate going forward.
It's interesting to hear you say in that report that some did not even know that supplementary election was holding today. It speaks to the voter apathy that you're talking about. But there were pockets of violence that were widely reported in the last general election. What's the situation today?
It's very interesting, really, because, election is taking place in Rivers State, and it didn't seem like it. I woke up this morning to calls and messages from persons who were, wanted to know if indeed election was taking place in Rivers State. As I speak to you, as of this morning, it felt like a rumor that election was going to take place in Rivers State. So I have people calling me to confirm, is it true election is taking place this morning? As a journalist, they expect right? They call me. And so for those who were sure election was taking place, people didn't know where movements would be restricted. It's a supplementary election, so there are specific areas where movements were expected to be restricted. Now, for those who knew that there was going to be election today, they didn't know what part of Port Harcourt the election movement was going to be restricted. Sometimes it was the entire Port Harcourt, sometimes it was the entire state. So there was, from my objective analysis, I would say that awareness, public sensitization was pretty low as in the build-up to this supplementary election, because it is quite. I found it really awkward that person to be asking what part of Port Harcourt should we go? Are we expected to go and not go? On an election morning. So these are, I guess, going forward, it's the election officials and those in charge of the process will take lessons from this and to improve on the process going forward. And then you speak of security. I think today was generally peaceful in Rivers State. It was uneventful, unusually uneventful when it comes to election. Yeah, everything just went pretty smoothly today.
Well, we're counting down to the announcements of results in parts of Port Harcourt and Kana. Uche Okoro, thank you for the updates there. Let's turn very